And you never walk alone. I'll be with you. Never walk alone. I'll be with you. When you think you have to cry, and rest a little by my side to know you never walk alone.
Hi Dominik.
Hello.
At the end of August 2014 you are going to travel to Nepal for 8 months at your own expense to support our school project in Himalaya as a volunteer. Please introduce yourself.
Hello again. My name is Dominik Maresch. I'm 26 years old and come like you from Austria. I studied German, history and psychology at the University of Salzburg, and at the moment I'm a teacher for pupils from 10 to 19 years of age.
Why did you decide to work as a volunteer at our Development Aid project in Kathmandu, Nepal?
You know, I believe that a great many Western Europeans do not value what they have got. Many take for granted to have energy and water, to be warm in winter and to be cool in summer. Not only to have as much to eat and as much to drink as they could eat and drink, but even to decide what, when and where to eat their meals. I do not take that for granted.
That's an interesting point of view. As far traveled cosmopolitan, I can support this view completely.
I believe anyone who occupies himself with the diverse countries and cultures of our past and present, like I did, knows that nothing of all these things is self-evident. I do not believe that Western Europeans are any better than any people from other countries. We're only lucky to have things from the moment of our birth on, that other peoples do not, although they would deserve it. I want to share a bit of what life granted me, so that at least some more people can realize the dreams and the way of life they earn.
How are you going to do that, Dominik?
I'm relatively young and I know my limits. I've got only just a couple of years of education experience and I never learned to live a hard life. But I also know my strength. I'm a good teacher, and both children and adults told me repeatedly that my lessons are not only interesting but also helpful.
That sounds promising.
I hope so. I want to share my experiences and my skills with the pupils and especially with the teachers of the Himalayan Helpless Child Academy. I'm going to continue the project Train the Trainer, which has already begun.
Please describe in detail what are you going to do in the Austrian Himalayan Academy for helpless children.
There are of course the typical duties of volunteers, like looking after children in their leisure time, translating letters between German and English to support the communication with the children's mentors, and many more other duties. Besides these, I plan to realize 2 big projects. Firstly, I'm going to install additional English and German courses for the students. Whoever wants to join them may do so voluntarily. But if they do, they have to show up on a regular basis. My aim is to teach children English in a fashion that they can hold their ground in the world economy once they have finished their school. It is known that many young Nepalis have to go abroad in order to find work, and for this, good English skills are most important. The second project affects the Austrian Himalaya Academy's teachers. Any teacher who wants to prepare the students for the eventual life, for the life and the survival in the world economy, has to write and speak English thoroughly. I'm going to install regular meetings in which the school's teachers can renew and improve their English skills. In addition, there will be the possibility for us teachers to exchange our minds on how efficient lessons can be designed in a fashion that the students profit as much as possible from them.
Sounds exciting. This sounds also promising and meaningful.
I hope so.
So, in extreme cases, young people who had only 10 or 12 years of education themselves are hired as teachers only to provide with jobs and income in Nepal. In many cases, they lack a thorough pedagogical formation. Thus, the educational system in Nepal is not any rate satisfactory. In Nepal, still 50% of the whole population are illiterate.
That's much.
If you remind that Nepal has 30 million inhabitants, this means that there live 15 million inhabitants in Nepal who cannot read or write.
Wow, this is much. That's twice Austria's population. No one here could imagine that half of the population, with 4 million inhabitants, could neither read nor write.
Absolutely. This is also one of the reasons why Nepal is still confronted with such poverty. Nepal is one of the 10 poorest countries in this world.
Wow, I can hardly imagine this. I got still one question left. I don't quite understand why the school is named the Himalayan Academy for Helpless Children. Why did you choose the name?
Several times this question arrives me. Situation is day by day Nepali parents knock in Nepal at our school's door because they look for a not too expensive school place for their children. But we decided to focus on supporting helpless children like orphans or father or motherless children to help them do a better start into their lives. Only because of this we chose this name.
Okay, I understand now.
So at this stage I want to thank you in advance for your great humanitarian work. People like you are going to change this world into a better place. For this I thank you earnestly. I say thanks for this conversation, and it's promising information for our students and teachers of the school project in Nepal. We are going to send this conversation as a video message to Nepal by YouTube instantly, so that every student and teacher has received a first impression of you when you arrive. I conclude with the Nepali greeting Namaste, which means, translated, I bow before your divinity.
Thanks, Siegfried. I'm also really looking forward to an English. Namaste. Thank you.